Hello and welcome. I'm going to give you a walkthrough on how Blossom Media Studio is set up to be a very efficient streaming studio, as well as broadcasting on multiple channels. It allows you to have guests in person. We have it set up for that, as well as doing things virtually. So today I'm going to give you a walkthrough of how we would do a virtual podcast or a virtual interview or virtual conversation and record it, and at the same time we can stream it, and I'll walk you through the equipment and how it plugs into computers. And so let's start with the first thing. So we are using this microphone. This is a very popular microphone called a Shure SM7B microphone, industry standard, as known as one of the best microphones right now out there. They also make a smaller version that's a little bit cheaper that they've just come out with for people that are getting into the podcasting space. Now with a microphone, you also need a headphone piece, right? Because when you are podcasting, you want to be able to hear yourself, so you can check if your audio sounds crisp, and also of course the person that you're going to be listening to, you want to hear them in the headphones, not in external speakers like we have, because that speaker noise will reverberate into the microphone otherwise. So you want to always have headphones when you're recording with a good microphone as well. Now this type of stand that you see is one option. It's a table stand. They are very sturdy. This microphone tends to be quite heavy, so you want to make sure you get something that's very strong and can hold a heavy microphone like such. We do have a lighter microphone we can suggest to you. We'll show that to you in a second. But for the SM7B, which is a heavy microphone, you want to make sure you get a very strong arm scissor stand. You can also go with something like this, which is a regular microphone stand. The only challenge with this is you need to make sure you have weights at the bottom of some sort, because it will not hold the weight of that microphone on its own, especially if you tilt it like I have in this sort of 45-degree fashion. Okay, so now let's walk around. So the way we have everything set up for recording, if you see here behind me, so this is where I was sitting, and then we also have a camera. We have a monitor here. This is the monitor where you can see Zoom is right now logged in. If I were to go ahead and click on new meeting, you'll see, so what we have set up right now, you'll see, so the guest would show up here on this screen. Right now you're seeing our video because we don't have a guest right at this moment, but this is the camera, the smaller camera, the web camera is showing what Zoom is visible to the audience on Zoom. So whoever our guest is would see us through this camera. This other camera, the bigger one, the Sony camera that we have, is going to be used to record us, as well as put that video. So if you look here, maybe we can show
me.
This screen.
Oh.
Yeah, we want to show the computer stuff too, so. Could you walk around?
There.
Okay, so I'm going to walk you through how this works. So notice on this camera, this has a USB cable plugged in, and you will need something called an HDMI video capture card, which takes the video from here, a clean output. So notice all these icons that you see, you will not see those icons there. It's a very clean video output. So that's called a clean HDMI output. Only certain cameras have this. Web cameras obviously have that. So the web camera is being shown here. Now you can see this is the video from the Sony camera. This is the video from the web camera. We're setting up right now for a podcast we're about to record. This is the software called OBS. You're seeing the input from the microphone that I have. So this microphone, the SM7B, also requires what's called a cloud lifter, or some sort of a preamp system. So this microphone plugs in here, and the second wire goes into what we call an audio interface. Okay, so you can see this here. This is an audio interface. This is the USB interface that plugs into our computer. Now we also have a mixer, which is not a requirement. So if you have multiple people in the studio, you can mix their audio and then have it go to the audio interface. But at the least, you need to have an audio interface. Okay, so the whole flow is this. We have a computer that we plug in the camera to. Okay, so the camera goes as input to the computer. The microphone goes in as input through the audio interface, which is this red box. Okay, and both of those are put into the software here called OBS, where we will have our video coming in from the studio and the video that we're getting from Zoom. And that Zoom video is being displayed on a second monitor, which we're capturing. And then you're syncing the audio from the computer and the audio from the microphone within the same mixer here. And then when you press record, all of this, whatever you see on this screen, with the video and the audio will get composited and recorded on one file.
And you can explain about the
Yeah, you can
background.
add other layers. So as we've added names and these type of things, you can add other layers of graphics as well as motion or video. We also have this thing called a stream deck, which you can sit here and you can click buttons to hit record or to change sceneries. It's not a requirement, but it's something that helps to optimize the whole process. And we have obviously a backdrop, which makes the shot very clean. When we're recording, you can see it's a nice tight shot. You don't get to see any of the mess. And that's how we do it. So let me know if you have questions on the products here or any of the setup. We'd be happy to help you get going. The camera that we use is called a Sony AX53, and they also make an AX43. They're about $1,000 or $800, I think. Maybe even you can find a used one. There are some cheaper ones. The main thing to remember is, does it have a clean HDMI output? That means when you plug in this cable and it's going to the computer using this HDMI adapter, is it actually clean? Okay, so that's what you need to make sure you get, and that's what will make it very clean here. No graphic from the camera's icons are showing up. So let us know if you have further questions, and we'll be happy to help.